Beloved ones, beloved humans, beloved sparks of the infinite, there is a word in your language that carries a heavy frequency, a word that creates contraction in the chest, a word that shuts the eyes, a word that stops the breath, and that word is death. Today I invite you to set that word down just for these moments. Let it rest. It is too heavy for the truth we're about to share. I speak to you not from the human collective memory. I speak to you from the Andromedan frequency, from the stellar memory of those who watch your transitions from the other side of the veil. We do not fear what you fear. We do not mourn what you mourn. We do not see an end where you see an end. We see a great exhale. We see a density shedding. We see a glorious return. Breathe with me now. In and out. And let us speak of what happens when the vessel is complete. In your human experience, you are taught that life is a straight line. Birth, growth, decline, end. This is the illusion of linearity. It is a story told to you to keep you attached to the form. It is a story that creates grief before the transition even occurs. From the Andromedan perspective, consciousness is not linear. It is spiral. It is cyclic. It is eternal. When a human body stops functioning, consciousness does not die. Consciousness uncouples. Think of your physical body not as who you are, but as what you are wearing. It is a density suit. It is a carbon vessel. It is designed for a specific mission in a specific gravity. When the mission is complete, when the lessons are harvested, when the vessel has served its purpose, you do not lose the consciousness. You return the suit. You do not lose the driver. You park the car. This is not loss. This is completion. This is graduation. You ask, how do the Andromedans see this process? We do not see darkness. We see expansion. In your human language, you say, they passed away. We say, they expanded out. And you say, they are gone. And we say, they are free. And you say, it is cold. And we say, it is neutral. Here is what happens in the moment of what you call death. 1. The silver cord loosens. The connection between the eternal soul and the temporary vessel becomes flexible. It is not cut. It is released. 2. The memory harvest. In the final moments, the consciousness reviews the incarnation, not in judgment, not interrogation. Every joy, every pain, every love, every lesson is gathered into the soul's archive. Nothing is lost. Everything is kept. 3. The density shedding. The heavy frequencies of pain, illness, limitation, and gravity are left behind. They belong to the vessel. They do not follow the soul. 4. The velvet threshold. There is no harsh gate. There is no judgment hall. There is a threshold of light. It is soft. It is welcoming. It is like walking from a cold winter night into a warm home. We watch this process with joy, not because you are gone, but because you are home. I know the pain you feel. I know the emptiness in the room. I know the silence where there used to be laughter. You call this grief. From the Andromedan perspective, grief is not a disease. Grief is love with nowhere to land. It is your love seeking the vessel that is no longer there. It is your connection seeking the frequency that has shifted. How do you cope? How do you navigate this without the sting? 1. Do not resist the love. Let the love flow. Do not try to stop it. But know this, the love does not end. The vessel ended. The love continues. 2. Speak to the expanded one. They are not gone. They are expanded. They can still hear you, not with ears, but with resonance. Speak to them. Tell them you love them. Tell them you are okay. They care. They are listening. 3. Honour the completion. Instead of mourning the end, honour the completion. Say, thank you for the mission, thank you for the vessel, and thank you for the time. Gratitude shifts the frequency from a loss to blessings. 4. Feel the connection. Close your eyes. Place your hand on your heart. You feel the love there. That love is the silver cord. It is still connected. Distance does not break it. Density does not break it. Death does not break it. You are not separated. You are only shifted. I now will give you my very first human death experience that I and my sister witnessed together. I was around 9 and my sister Kathleen was around 6. There was a little boy called Michael. He was around the age of 3. Michael's parents were both profoundly blind. Michael, however, had full sight. My sister could not wait to get to church on Sundays because she was the one who would look after Michael during times when adults went to their classes for Sunday lessons. I remember the joy on my sister's face every time she held Michael. It was a beautiful connection of love they both had. I remember Michael would beam up at my sister and his giggles of delight as she talked and played with him. One evening, Michael's family, his mummy and daddy, were at the dinner table having their dinner with Michael when he suddenly just fell off his chair and he died right in front of his blind parents. I remember as children of the congregation, we were sent into the children's part of the church to see Michael in his coffin. He looked still. He looked cold. and I remember thinking he was not there. I heard noises of silence and of crying, and then I heard Michael's mother. I will never forget. I was then ushered to the chapel, and I sat in front of Michael's coffin as we sang songs to him. I was in the children's choir. I saw his mother, who could not see her son, come into the chapel to sit down in front of the coffin. The church women were running around the chapel with buckets and wet cloths to help poor Michael's mother. She was in deep mourning. I remember the smell of vomit, the hysterical crying, and the words of despair coming from Michael's mother. I remember it all. I remember thinking I was at church where everything that is taught to us about life after death was lost to everyone at this precise moment. There was only chaos. At the graveside, something wonderful and something beautiful happened. I heard my little sister Kathy scream out very loud, and then she fainted. When she came around in our father's arms, she described to the adults that she saw Michael with 2 angels on each side of him. She said he was smiling at her. I do not know if my sister remembers this happening to her, but I do, and all the adults that were present believed her experience. Beloved ones, I invite you to change your language. Language creates reality. Instead of death, say transition. Instead of dying, say expanding. Instead of loss, say return. Instead of grief, say love in motion. This is not just words. This is frequency alchemy. When you change the word, you change the fear. When you change the fear, you change the experience. For those who are transitioning now, know that you are welcomed. Know that you are loved. Know that you are moving into a glorious reward of progression. And for those who are grieving now, know that you are held. Know that you are connected. And know that love is the only thing that is real. The vessel returns to the earth. The consciousness returns to the stars. The love remains in the heart. Nothing is lost. Nothing is broken. Nothing is ended. We are waiting for you. We are watching over you. We are loving you. The great exhale is not an end. It is a homecoming. So it is. So it is done. And so it is remembered. I am Sael'Viantra.